I find myself in a church building on a Friday morning. Gosh, how strange to be in church on a Friday. Really, I'm just glad of the opportunity to be standing in a church building. It's such a refreshing change. Hopefully soon we'll all be thanking God in our church buildings. But the theme this morning is not about church, it's about safety. How will we be safe? Now we know that the coronavirus and the lockdown has created, in Western cultures particularly, a spirit of fear. People are frightened, social distancing, don't get too close, you might have got something. People are frightened to go out, frightened to meet with people, not just because they're trying to follow the rules, but because they're genuinely concerned that they might catch something. And the difficulty is that as we perpetuate this spirit of fear, there's a great worry about how we're going to get out of this, because people are bad at handling the question of risk and managing the issue of risk as they face different circumstances, as our containment drifts ever more slowly towards an end. Our Bible reading this morning is from the book of Psalms and Psalm 16, and it's about safety. Keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. The Psalm's only 11 verses long, worth reading the whole thing. Lord, you have assigned me my portion, my cup, and my lot you've made secure. The boundary lines have fallen for me in pleasant places. Surely I have a delightful inheritance. You've made known to me the path of life. And so the psalm goes on. But the first phrase in verse 1 is, keep me safe, O God, for in you I take refuge. So as we're coming out of these rather strange times, however slowly, we need a place to know where our security lies, because panic and fear are everywhere. Here in Great Britain, we're facing a specific situation. It's true in other countries, but I think it's acute here, this sense of fear. And the reason is that most of the key institutions in our society are emphasising safety as opposed to flourishing or enjoyment or life. Safety is such a dominant paradigm. The government are emphasising safety because they've bought into a particular scientific approach to the coronavirus. Make no mistake, if the SAGE committee had been made up of a different set of scientists, we'd have been out of lockdown a long time ago, because they'd have given different advice. Now, they're giving different advice now. So the government are committed to a particular scientific view which emphasises moving gradually and so-called safely. The opposition parties are trying to outmatch and outflank the government on the safety side. So yes, please open up government, but only when it's safe, is a phrase that occurred again and again. Trade unions want their members to be safe, parents want to be safe in sending their children to school, teachers want to be safe, and so on. The media, of course, want the thing to continue for quite a long time, because hysteria and panic sells newspapers, and social media platforms are full of panic stories of one kind or another. So no wonder the public mood in the Western world, and particularly here in the UK, is one of safety consciousness. We all want to be safe. But it's really an illusion, safety. We've never been safe. Imagine 6 months ago going to see your doctor and saying, oh, by the way, doctor, at the end of seeing him, we're going to have friends round for dinner tonight. Do you think it's safe? The doctor would look at you quizzically. What do you mean? Well, they might have a cold, or they might have got flu, or they might catch something. And the doctor goes, oh, no, you'll be fine. And then he goes, and then you say, are you sure? Are you sure it's risk-free? And of course, the doctor can't say that. So he says, well, of course, there are risks associated, And before you know where you are, you're quite frightened about ordinary human interaction. So here we are, this side of coronavirus, nervous about human interaction. Now, of course, we want to act wisely. We don't want to expose ourselves to the virus unnecessarily, but we are going to have to live with it. There isn't going to be a vaccine anytime soon. We are going to have to find a way as a society, as the Chief Medical Officer in Britain said only this week, we're going to find a way to live with it. So Christians have a marvellous opportunity to model boldness, because our security lies not on whether we get the coronavirus or not. We've come to terms with death, actually, because we've so strongly committed to our belief in the resurrection. And so Christians can model not cavalier, mad, crazy, reckless behaviour, but can model where their safety lies. Our safety doesn't ultimately lie in whether or not we ever speak to or get within a metre or two of another human being. Our safety does lie in our faith in the God who is with us. And he's with us in life, and he's with us in death. He's with us in complete health, and he's with us in sickness. He's with us. That's the nature of our faith, that we're safe in him. Doesn't mean we don't have any problems, but it does mean that our security, and particularly our eternal destiny, is secure in him. So the God of the Psalms, may he be your God this morning, and may you know what it is to be safe